This is Phil from ProcurementZen with another negotiation snippet, and this time it's called the artificial timeline. As always, you can download this presentation, other negotiation snippets, and other useful tools for your procurement and negotiation success from our website ProcurementZen.com/YouTube. So, what is the artificial timeline and what is it all about? It's about creating a deadline or deadlines to really force decisions. And quite honestly, they don't have to be real. So how do you do that? Actually, you mention a non-changeable, non-negotiable timeline or deadline and force your counterpart, your negotiation counterpart, to make a decision right now or before the end of that time frame. And an example for this would be a situation that goes as follows. So, dear supplier, we need really a feedback and a response from you, from your side, from your company today. We have a very strict timeline and we really need to comply to that timeline. So, tomorrow I need to report to my management. I really need your decision now, and this is just the way it is. So, from a classification standpoint, let us have a look at how we would classify this approach. From a timeline perspective, it's quite easy. We don't have very much preparation work to do. We simply write down that we want, or remember that we want to utilize this approach, and off we go. I would say from an experience level, it is somewhere in between, because we are putting force on our counterparts, and usually this is sometimes a little bit of a difficult situation, so you should have some negotiation experience at least. From an aggressiveness, I would also say it's in the middle, because again, putting force on someone is not the most partnership approach or the most friendly approach, but it shows great results, to which we will come in a second. There are a few risks that we might want to consider, and I also see this as somewhere in between from a risk point of view. The supplier, for example, or your counterpart could simply reject what you have said, and he would go for a bluff, or even meaning it seriously, he could say, well, then it looks like you need to go ahead because this is the best we can offer. In case a supplier has not considered all facts, he may believe that he or she has already given the best possible quotation. Or another idea here is the most classic deadline that you know is the boarding starts in 1 hour negotiation. So what are the benefits? Well, it helps to focus really on the important topics and get a decision on those topics. Making decisions without all facts due to this timeline pressure might be in your favor. So, as I said before, simply go to download this negotiation snippets and others on ProcurementZen.com/YouTube, and on my website ProcurementZen.com I also share interviews, book reviews, and negotiation approaches in much more detail, and make sure to subscribe to my podcast on all the regular podcast platforms such as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and so on. Until the next time, have a good one. This is Phil Kowalski from ProcurementZen.com signing off.